Hello guys, taking this short video, hope it's a short video, to talk to you guys a little bit more of this new journey with my weightlifting. Why do I do it? How did the passion started? Why am I not choosing to do other things? And what is this craziness? Esta locura? Why? Where is it coming from? Wanted to tell you a little bit in little parts. If you guys would like me to go more into details on everything, medical issues, emotions, everything else, working on myself, then I'll be more than glad to do a more detailed video. Just so you guys know, I've always been an overweight person, and I think more emotional, because everything starts since we're small. Unfortunately, I did not have a regular childhood as many, so being so emotional, I think food was part of the way that I was able to calm that pain or that emptiness. Throughout the years, my eating habits were out of control, and that was just part of who I was, not knowing what to eat or overeating. It got to a point in my life that I decided to actually lose, but I did it wrong. I did it by not eating. I was exercising lightly. I would walk, but I wouldn't eat. I would probably eat once a day. Everything else was water, coffee, and unfortunately I was taking X-Lax, and it worked, but it worked tremendously bad on my health. So being said, after I lost all that weight, it was right after I gave birth to Tiana, I ended up in 280 pounds, and I went down to 124. So I want to say that yes, I did it, but I did it wrong. I was sick afterwards. Being sick, it was just, why being sick? Because my hair started falling off. I did not have any nutrition. My iron was bad, and pretty much hormones were completely out of balance. And all of this, guys, just because, one, I could not accept myself and decided to do this the wrong way, and number two, because of the pressure of everyone, how everyone would look at you, what people would expect from you, and that was just a sad and emotional roller coaster. Now I want to say that I did have a lot of family members, which I know they never meant to do anything. They didn't meant to, hurt me in any way, because that was the way they were raised. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women have experience where you always had that comment as a child. Well, it's so sad, because you do have a pretty face, but you're fat. So it did not matter how pretty I could have been, face-wise. I was still not enough, because I was not, your skinny girl. But what was considered skinny? What number, was that perfect number to become perfect to everyone out there without being judged? And I think that's a pressure that I felt always. I am 38 years old right now, and I want to say it wasn't until maybe a year to 2 years ago that I got over that. It's a mental and a roller coaster, just feeling over and over, because you are thinking that no matter what, you're not enough. And when it comes to a point where you don't want to travel, or you have problems wanting to see people because you're just afraid of how people are going to look at you and judge you, that becomes, your shadow, your fight, your daily fight. And more when you know that you're trying to do everything that it takes, but there's a lot of things that you just don't understand. Why is this happening, to me? Or why do I have to be this way? Or what have I done wrong that I am this size? Why? Well, later on in life, I ended up finding out that I had a problem with my thyroid. And with my thyroid, we tried to control it, but it never worked, and it was attacking my heart. At that point, the doctor said, you could live without a thyroid, but with a damaged heart, sometimes, we have to make decisions. So at that point, my thyroid was killed with nuclear medication. And that was the decision that was made back then, and it got done. After that, if you guys or anyone have ever gone through a problem with your thyroid, we all know that your emotions and your hormonal balance are completely off. So the moment I heard that thyroid, it's just one bridge away, or it goes hand in hand with you having problems with your sugar or becoming diabetic, I completely freaked out, and I started changing, making changes in my eating habits. Along this way, I had already started CrossFit before they even killed my thyroid 3 months ago, and I had lost, a good 30 pounds. So I said, okay, it was working. I have everything under control. But even my sister says after my thyroid was killed, within that week, I want to say I gained 15 pounds, and everything that I had lost or everything that I was working for, it was gone. So there, I was out of control again. And then once again, my emotions started, hitting me. Why can I do this? Why can I do that? Again, people looking at me a certain way. I weigh this much. This is, the things that I have to do, and so on. Throughout the tryout of being able to manage and learn what it is to be without my thyroid, I had tried yoga. I had tried your regular workouts at the gym. I had tried walking at the park. I had tried everything that you could picture and imagined. Any type of diet that you could imagine, I tried. Pills, I tried. Patches, injections, anything that you could imagine, I tried. And when I say tried, I mean being consistent. I've always been a person that I am consistent. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to give my 100%. And I did with everything to the book. And every time I will go back to the doctor, I will always get, well, you're not doing enough. Or you're not doing enough. And I'm here thinking, I'm truly driving myself crazy, because I know I'm doing enough. Am I going to have to record my life to this lady so that she could see that I am doing what it takes to be able to, lose a pound, but still was not able to accomplish that. Along the way, the bad eating habit continue. And when I say bad eating habits, I'm not referring to, eating outside or eating, just chips, anything, just eating bad. No, I'm referring to, I would eat healthy, but my quantities were so small, because in my head, the less you eat, well, the more you're going to lose the weight, Natalie. You have to stop eating, and you have to stop eating. And that was my mentality along the way. And throughout all of this, please know, since 2017, I have been with my journey with CrossFit. So in the meantime, I was never able to stop working out, because emotionally, while all my hormones are going crazy, this exercise, CrossFit, it's what's helping me with, you know, maintaining the calm, maintaining, you know, my peace, because my body was going through so many, you know, crazy emotions that I myself thought I was going crazy. And I continued talking to the doctor about it, and I said, I know this is not me, so what's going on with me? So, you know, I want to say it took, you know, a good year working out through all my emotions. And I know there's so many women that have gone through it, because I've talked to so many, and it's a huge change in your life. And I just wanna, you know, I'm not talking how to cure, you know, your thyroid. I'm not talking, or I'm not trying to say what you should do. I'm just trying to say what has worked and continues to work in me. So I continue to, you know, do CrossFit and everything else. And along the way, I truly believe that God puts, you know, people in your life. I met this great person. Her name is Christine, and she's one of our coaches, and you guys probably have seen her in my workout videos, and we'll see more of her now. But she introduced to me to the macros, and I said, oh, another diet. She said, no, Natalie, it's not another diet. It's a way of learning how to eat and give your body what it needs, along with the things that you do. I said, I don't think I have any energy. And she said, what is it that she tells me, what is it that I do? So as I am telling her, she says to me, well, if I would do everything that you do, I will be tired as well. So she asks me the key question. She says, well, I know you work out, and you work out pretty hard. She says, what is it that you're eating? And as I'm telling her, what do I eat? And she's like, okay, and what else do you eat? And I said, that's it. And she says, well, you eat healthy, but I am 99.9% that you are under eating. And I said, under eating? My body doesn't need to eat more than what I'm already eating. She's like, no, you're under eating. So she, you know, again, you know, went ahead with me, sat down, you know, asked me certain questions. And she says, well, Natalie, you know, you should be eating pretty much 3 times what you're eating. And I said, what? I said, I would never be able to eat, you know, what you're telling me. Along everything, I had gone to the doctor again, and I said, this is my frustration. I've been doing this, and I was in tears. I don't want to be able to tell you or beg you and show you pictures of the things that I'm doing. I want you to take my word for it. I am doing everything that I need to do. And after, you know, a couple of blood work and everything else, she, you know, told me, Natalie, your metabolism is so low that if you were to lose 10 pounds every 3 years, you should feel proud of that. You know, that's how your body is working, and that's how you should take it. And, you know, you're doing what you need to do. You're healthy. Everything else is perfect. And which is a good thing, because I'm working hard to keep myself healthy enough so my, you know, to not mess up anything else, you know, just to keep, you know, in a good, healthy, you know, level. So, as I'm going through all of this, and when I hear 10 pounds, you know, per every 3 years, I wanted to start crying. And whoever knows me, I am not giving up just from what they're telling me. And then I said to myself, then I have to find a way how to beat that number of what my doctor is telling me. Because if a nutritionist is telling me you're doing and eating everything that you need, I myself are not going to put, you know, into any drugs, into drink anything to help me do anything, because I want my body to react and say, I could do this, you know, I could do this for myself, and, and by myself and everything else. So this is a part where everything when it had to do with my emotions kicked in. The more I worked out and the more I spent the time working on me and working hard and sweating hard and knowing that I was consistent, not because people told me you do something, because I pushed myself every day, I learned how to love more myself and learned how to appreciate everything, every single sacrifice I was doing for me. When I was told by everybody you're doing the wrong thing, when I was told by everybody you shouldn't do that, I continued because it was actually for the first time what was helping me, Natalie. And guess what? I was doing it for me and not for everyone else. And at that point, for the first time in my life, I was able to say, whoever judged me, you do not know what I've gone through. You do not wake up with me every single day. You do not come with me or cry with me or sweat with me to know what I have gone through in life to be where I'm at. Visually, I am not who you want me to be and how you want me to look, but internally, I am healthy. Emotionally, I am healthy. Physically, I am very fine for myself and working harder to get where I want to be and no one else wants me to be. And I think that's the key for everybody and in anything in life. So this is my journey. And from CrossFit, I started getting into weightlifting. And I started to learn. So I went to some classes. I got some certificates. I educated myself. I got around with people who know, because I think you should always, have supervision just to make sure that what you're doing is correct. And it's my passion. And that's another thing. We all find passions in everything, whether it's walking, whether it's yoga, whether it's trampoline, whether it's hanging from a tree, we all find it. And mine, I found it there. That's my passion, where I found out that it was consistency existed. And daily I wake up and say, I have to get up and do this, just like I go to work, just like I brush my teeth, just like I do everything part of my life. This is not the responsibility of life. This is the life of Natalie. And that's what I decided to do. So in the meantime, I invite you guys to grow with me throughout this journey. Again, this is not the first time, I've started weightlifting, years ago. This is just where I decide to come out of the closet, because I don't feel ashamed anymore. I don't feel ashamed of you looking at my big thighs, at my big rollos or chichos, however you want to call them. I don't feel that. And if I could help anybody out there, not to come and lift, but to get up and do whatever it is that makes you happy, and that every time that you see one little change, and that's a goal for you, because unfortunately we cannot all change our bodies as fast as we can. But if you out there could see every little inch or every little muscle that you grow has a goal, then that's all it matters. I do this for myself, and I encourage each and one of you to find that passion. That consistency does exist, and definitely love for yourself exists. And once you know that it does, you will never want to let go of that. Nobody is bigger than that, obviously, except your family and your loved ones and your friends that see that in you will love that as well. And if they don't, then it's okay. It's okay, and we move on. Until then, I hope to see you guys. Go to my to the YouTube channel, to the Me Ito Spanglish Live, and subscribe and follow us on the bar, our new journey in weightlifting. So until then, thank you, and you guys have a blessed day. Besitos. Guys, I also forgot to mention that since I started eating more, I've actually lost 10 pounds in 2 months, not in every 3 years. So for me, that is a record. And if it takes me 6 more months to lose maybe 5, it's still a goal. So I'm happy.